Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. It's Mal with Made by Manny and Mal. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you a little Tangram Tumbler hack. So this is a really easy and quick way to create a Tangram tumbler without having to individually glitter any spots or shapes or anything. So I hope that you enjoy it. If you do, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Everything I'm using in the video will be linked in the description box down below as always. Let me know what you think in the comments. I hope that you enjoy the video and I can't wait to see what you come up with. Okay, let's go. We're going to be using a good old 20-ounce skinny straight from Craft Haven for this design. These are the easiest to work with, so that's what we're going to do. I've already prepped it, sanded it down, it's ready to go. We're going to be using this buffalo check vinyl print that I got from Donkey Craft Vinyl, and then we're also going to use these glitters. We're using In a Nutshell and Czar, both from PDB, and then the Swamp from Peachy Olive Glitters. So our first step is to wrap our cup in the vinyl. I'm only going to be wrapping the center section of our cup. If you wanted to wrap the whole cup, you totally can. If you wanted to do just the top half of your cup and just the bottom half of your cup, whatever you wanted. I just wanted to have the vinyl peeking out like kind of from the middle. As we add more elements, you'll only end up seeing a little tiny bit of this buffalo check, but I decided to just do it right in the middle of the cup. And I'm choosing a small pattern because when we put the Tangram template on, remember you're only going to see those little shapes. So you don't want to pick a pattern that's really large or has large elements in it, because you'll kind of lose the effect of whatever pattern you're using. So when you recreate this, think of that. So pick a smaller pattern. I love to do this with plaids or buffalo check or really small kind of floral patterns. And I'm just applying this the way I normally would with a vinyl wrap. I just laid down one little sliver of the vinyl with the adhesive pulled back and then slowly pushed the vinyl onto the cup with my thumb and pushed the backing away in the process. I didn't have too many bubbles because this was a really short space, and I got lucky because my print pretty much lines up perfectly. I was really happy about that, and then I just went in and trimmed off a little bit of the excess at the end, but didn't have to do too much adjusting with this one, so that was great. Now that we've got our vinyl applied, we're going to base coat the top and bottom of our cup. We're going to use Toasted Brown from Montana Colors. This is a really pretty brown and serves as a really good base for both of the different glitter colors that we're going to use. I'm going to spray the paint over the seam of our vinyl. So we're going to cover the edge of the vinyl with the paint. So like you can see here, we still have a strip of that buffalo check, but most of the cup is paint in the top and bottom. I'm going to put Czar up at the top of the cup, and then at the bottom I'm going to mix together In a Nutshell and the Swamp. I'm doing about equal parts of each, and I'm just going to mix those together so we can apply like one big mix to that bottom portion of the cup. For our glitter application, we're going to be using spray adhesive. So I've got this Loctite spray adhesive. It's the multi-purpose one. And I just wanted to show you guys a different way that you can apply glitter. I know I'm a big fan of the epoxy method. You can totally do it that way if you'd like. Just wanted to give another option if you don't want to use the epoxy method. So I just sprayed the Loctite on the entire surface of the cup. And I'm first going in with Czar up at that top little half or third, I guess. And I'm just going to cover basically all of the brown paint. I'm going to start to fade the glitter a little bit into that buffalo check. I'm not too concerned with getting a lot of glitter over that. It's just going to add a lot of dimension and bring a little bit more life to our Tangram once we apply it. After that, I'm going to take our mix of In a Nutshell and the Swamp and cover the entire bottom of the cup, so that includes like the very bottom. And I'm just going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to start to kind of fade that glitter up into our buffalo check pattern and cover up that brown paint a little bit. So in the end, you should have a pretty solid top and bottom glitter with a stripe of your pattern vinyl in the middle. If your Loctite starts to dry, you can just spray a little bit right over the top of what you already have down and then add a little bit more. I ended up doing that for the bottom. I just sprayed a little bit on the bottom and then kind of stamped my cup into my little glitter pile, just like that. Because both of these glitters are kind of chunky, I'm just going to run my finger over each section and try to flatten out that glitter the best I can. I didn't want any pokey pieces or anything when we epoxy because my goal was to just do one pretty solid coat of epoxy and then move into our tangram pattern. So I wanted to make sure that my glitter was laying as flat as possible. I let the Loctite dry about an hour and then did a pretty solid coat of matte clear spray from Rustoleum to seal our glitters in, and now I'm going in with my first coat of epoxy. I'm taking about 30 to 35 milliliters of a little extra ink epoxy, and I'm just going to spread it on the entire surface of the cup. Like I said earlier, I'm not too concerned with any glitter migrating into that buffalo check pattern, and I've sealed it, so I'm not super concerned with like going section by section as I seal. I'm just applying the epoxy to the entire surface of the cup, making sure I've got a really even coat and that everything is as smooth as can be. I'm going to let the epoxy cure a full 12 hours before we move on to our template. I'm going to spin it for about 4, then turn my turner off and just let it sit the remaining time. In the meantime, I'm going to spray paint the vinyl for our Tangram template. So I've just got some matte white vinyl. This is, I don't even know what brand it is. It's just a matte white permanent vinyl. And we're going to spray paint it with 3 colors. We're going to do an ombre. We're going to do olive green from Montana Colors on the bottom, and then cream, also from Montana Colors in the middle, and then vintage blush from Rustoleum on the top. I'm going to shake my cans really well. You want to make sure you shake your cans so the nozzles don't get clogged. And as I'm spray painting the vinyl, I'm going in really quick like bursts of paint, but I'm going also in really long strokes because I want a really solid, even coat of paint with really, really good coverage, but I don't want any globs or drips or gloopiness. I just want a really solid, nicely covered piece of vinyl. And I'm going over each color a couple times just to make sure that the coverage is good and that the blend is solid. And once everything is to my liking, I'm going to set it aside and just let it sit probably about, I think I waited about 2 hours before I took it to my silhouette and cut out our Tangram template. In order to make sure our template is accurately sized, because we put epoxy on our cup, I'm going to measure the width of my cup. So I'm going to take this soft measuring tape and just wrap it around the middle of my tumbler to make sure that I have enough of my template cut to wrap around the epoxy surface. So my cup is about 9.5 inches wide, so I'm going to make sure that my template is cut at 9.5 inches wide. So I'm just going to cut it out of my silhouette like normal, and then I did a very light sanding on my cup while that was cutting out. And here's our template. So I'm just going to trim off this excess vinyl. It didn't get too much of that green, so we're just going to have a little like hint of green at the bottom of the cup. But I cut off that excess anyway, and I'm going to weed out this extra part. So we're left with just our template by itself, and then I'm going to trim some transfer tape and apply that to the entire template. Because this paint is fully dried, and I think also because it's like a flat finish, I didn't have any issues with the transfer tape pulling up any of the paint from the vinyl. It just stayed on there. It was like the vinyl was that color the whole time. So I don't know if it's the transfer tape, the finish of the paint, or the length of the dry time, but I didn't have any issues with that. So I'm just going to apply my transfer tape to my vinyl, make sure it's really smoothed out, and then I'm going to cut off all of that excess paper and transfer tape from the edges so that we just have our template. And then I'm going to peel off the backing from the template to make sure that I don't have any issues while I'm transferring this onto the cup. I still had a few issues, but I think pulling the backing off first definitely helps. And as you can see, I didn't make the template quite tall enough, so I'm going to have a little bit of excess on the top and bottom, but it ended up being totally fine. I would just make sure that you get your measurements correct. I'm going to wrap the template around my cup to make sure that it's going to line up and apply straight. And once I've got my edge as straight as I think I can get it, I'm going to take a piece of painter's tape and secure one edge of the template and then wrap the template around the cup just to make sure that everything is lined up and right. And then I'm going to use that piece of tape to kind of get my hinge method application going. And I'm going to apply this template the exact same way that I would a like full wrap of pattern vinyl. So I'm going to peel back a small little piece of the backing and then push the vinyl onto my cup. And as I push the vinyl onto my cup, I'm pushing the backing off in the process. And like I said, I had some issues applying this. Some of the pieces of this template wanted to just stick to the backing, and I just let them because we're going to peel off some pieces anyway. So I didn't worry about that. I just let those little stragglers stay on the backing, and that was, just one of the pieces that ended up having the glitter or the pattern show through. Once I got to the end of my wrap, I removed that piece of tape and then slowly removed the rest of the backing. And once I had the backing off, I went in with my tweezers and pulled off the transfer tape that from the side that we initially laid down. I didn't want to have any overlap of transfer tape and then have to try to lift it off afterwards, so I just pulled back that little piece of transfer tape and then secured the rest of my template onto my cup. And then once that was on there, I went and just pulled the rest of the transfer tape off, and as you can see, no issues with the paint lifting. It actually came off like really, really easy. So then once I had it on there, this is what my cup looks like. And now to show our glitter through, I'm just going to go through and kind of randomly pick and choose some spots to peel off. I peeled off any spots that showed any like bumps in the epoxy. So like if I didn't sand down well enough and you could see those bumps through, those were just spots that I automatically went and peeled up. So in doing this, we can see the glitter, we can see that little buffalo check pattern, and we kind of get this dimensional tangram. And we've got our 3 paint colors, we've got our pattern vinyl, and we have our glitter. So you can peel as much or as little as you want. I kind of went a little crazy. I wanted to show a lot of glitter through. But once you're happy with that, you can go right into a coat of epoxy to seal all of the paint and everything in. And in my epoxy, I took a little bit of Bright from Peachy Olive Glitters and mixed that in so the entire cup had a really pretty, just kind of subtle, nice sparkle. And I took about 20 milliliters of epoxy and added that into the Bright. I applied it all to my cup, spread it evenly all over the cup, and then I let the cup sit and cure a full 12 hours before we went in for the most fun and tedious part, which is the stripes. Now the stripes are tedious to add, like this does take a really long time, but this is what brings the entire tangram to life. So this is kind of my favorite part. I cut my stripes out of textured gold metallic vinyl from Cricut, and I cut my stripes at 11.5 inches long by 0.045 inches high. So I made them really, really thin, and I'm using this textured vinyl because it hides a ton of imperfections. So if you have any pieces that are overlapping, or there's a bump that you missed in your epoxy or anything like that, this textured vinyl is not going to show through. So you're not going to see any bumps, lumps, or anything in these stripes. And I just went around the cup and kind of outlined each shape one by one. I didn't place all of the vertical stripes down at once and then go back in. I just kind of outlined as I went. And I didn't keep all of the big spots of like colors together. So we have a lot of spots that are like all one color, but I put some pieces in between to kind of break it up a little bit, and you'll see as I go, just because that adds a little bit more dimension, makes it look more like a tangram. So even though the colors are the same, if you've got like one big chunk of all like a cream section, you can still break it up a little bit with some vinyl striping. So that's what I'm doing here. Any spot where you can see, like that little spacing in between the shapes, I covered up just as much as you want. If you want really big shapes, you can add less striping. If you want to outline every little shape, you can totally do that too. This process probably took me maybe a little over an hour to complete and do all of the striping. I would say definitely having a sharp craft knife makes all the difference. It makes it so much easier to go, and also having a really good pair of tweezers to pick off those little extra bits. And when I'm overlapping my shapes, I am leaving a little excess on each side. So as I go in to kind of frame out these shapes, I have an overhang so that I can trim it off and make sure that we don't have any spaces in between each line. I hope that makes sense, but that's what I really love about this textured vinyl, is that even if you do have a little overlap, you can't tell. You kind of will get the same effect with like a black regular vinyl. Any kind of textured vinyl that's a little bit thicker, you're not going to see or feel any of those overlapping spots. So I'm just going to go around my cup and finish outlining all of my spots, and once I'm all done, we'll go and move on to the next step. All right, so here's what my cup looks like after all of my striping has been added. It totally brings everything together and really makes it look like a tangram. So I'm going to take this outside and seal my vinyl with matte clear from Rustoleum. And once that clear coat dried, I went in with my final coats of epoxy. So this coat right after the vinyl stripes was about 30 milliliters of a little extra ink epoxy. I let that cure about 4 hours and then went in with my final coat, and that one was only about 15 milliliters of epoxy. Once that final coat was fully cured, we were all done. So I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial. This is a kind of fun little tangram hack. It makes it really, really quick to bust these out, and there are so many combinations of patterns and glitter and spray painted vinyl that you can add to make these really, really unique and dimensional. If you decide to use this technique, I would love to see what you come up with, so please be sure to tag me in your photos at Made by Manny and Mal. If you liked the video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and make sure you are subscribed to our channel so you don't miss any of our new videos. We upload every single Tuesday and Saturday. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Okay, love you. Bye.